Who introduced you to the life?
Before I started doing credit cards, I was always a booster. Called my first boosting charge when I was 13. 8 bars of dub is $12.
Okay.
So I'm not never paying for that. I don't see myself, Crystal, no matter how much money I got, ever paying for a 8-pack of soap for $12. But I feel like I'm gonna always boost. That's my moneymaker, even now.
Can I see that? I don't, is it gonna like my fingerprints on it?
No, it's not, no, of course not.
They're
No,
not gonna
we
come with
straight,
me.
we straight, we good.
Okay.
Nah, your fingerprints not gonna be on here. So you see me do that, use that,
Okay.
or whatever.
And this took the...
It took the white, you know, like when you go into the store and it has the big white piece,
Yeah.
that's what you see me take off. And then this is the piece that takes off the metal, the little circle pieces like the magnets, or whatever. So exactly.
Oh, this is a real powerful...
Yeah, it's powerful, yeah.
Like,
so that doesn't go anywhere without me, but that's the charge though. I done got caught with that a million times and that's another charge.
oh, you're not supposed to have this?
No, that's
Oh,
not.
here, yeah, okay, yep. What's good? This is Trappin Anonymous. My name is Chris Styles. Welcome back to another episode, a special episode. I'm excited that we're here today, especially because of our guest. This sort of spontaneously came out of nowhere, but I know great things do. So I'm super excited to get straight into this episode. This is Trap Queen Anonymous. Do remember that the stories that you hear do not necessarily reflect real life. They are meant to entertain, educate, or just keep your little homie off the streets. This is only entertainment. Don't get me indicted. Welcome to Trappin Anonymous. Let's get it. What's good?
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I don't know if you're like familiar with my episodes or anything like that, but I always get straight into the interviews. I don't like to take the scenic routes. I just want to, you know, how does a woman get involved into the trap life? Such a male-dominated field, what I think would be a male-dominated field.
Well, I feel like I just like dealt my cards. Like, this is what I was handed and that's just what I did. Like, growing up, I didn't want to be like my mama was a nurse. Like, I wanted to be like my dad that sold drugs because it's money, you know, like, so at one point in my life, I was in love with money.
So your dad was a drug dealer?
Yes.
And so he would show this to you or like around the house?
No, he didn't like show it to me, of course not, but you know, like growing up, I remember going downstairs and on the side of the washer, I would see like white bricks. And at that point, little, I didn't know what it was, you know what I mean? But as I grew older, of course, okay, that's bricks of, you know, coke, but I grew up good, like, you know, for the most part, I was born with a silver spoon. You know, my dad had all this money, all these brothers, they got all this money. My mom was a nurse, but I just, you know, just loved money. I just started loving money.
What was like that first hit that you feel like you got? Like with that first moment you said, oh, okay, this is sort of like what I want to do. I don't want to be like mom. Like, what was that first moment? Do you have
like as far as me making money or
yeah, like that specific time in your life?
When I seen $1 million.
$1 million? I don't even think I seen a fucking million. Where the hell did you see $1 million at?
I made it. I seen $1 million in say the year, like 2014.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I seen $1 million. I like made my first $1 million.
And how did you do that?
At that time, I was doing cards, so I was doing credit cards or whatever. I was doing Visa Vanilla cards.
Visa Vanilla, what's that?
It's gift cards. So
okay.
Yeah, but it's cash gift cards, so it's cash or whatever. And like, you know, you sell a Visa Vanillas for like 90% or whatever. But it's cash. You pay all your bills, what do you do it's cash. It's a credit
How are you
card.
able to run that all the way up to $1 million?
All right, so let's say, like the pieces, so like, you know, I got my credit card pieces, and one piece might do 100,000, and I got 30 pieces. So one piece might do 100,000 in Visa Vanilla cards or whatever, you know what I mean? So of course it was over a period of time. It wasn't just like, okay, well, just one day I made $1 million.
Right.
No, but that year I did, and I was pregnant. I had my third daughter that year. So I was living a regular life pregnant. My daughter was born in that summer or whatever. But yeah, I made $1 million, and it was just like, then I'm like, oh, I gotta keep going.
Who introduced you to the life?
Well, like before I started like doing credit cards, I was always a booster. I've been a booster. Called my first boosting charge when I was 13.
It's funny because when I went to pick you up from the parking lot, I literally saw you pop
Well,
the
I ain't popped
magnetic
it. I
strip.
took, yeah, you probably didn't see the whole thing, but I took the thing off my jacket.
So you have like
Express
boosted
jacket.
clothes.
Yeah, it's not that it's boosting clothes, but it's like I got I feel like I'm gonna be a booster forever. A pack of soap is $8, $10, $12. For 8 bars of Dove is $12.
Okay.
So I'm not never paying for that.
You can't see yourself.
I don't see myself, Crystal, no matter how much money I got, ever paying for a 8 pack of soap for $12. So with that being said, like that's just what I'm doing. But I feel like I'm gonna always boost. That's my moneymaker, even now. That's just like, my moneymaker. So what you seen me take off the piece off my jacket, which this is you see me use this.
Can I see that? I don't. Is it gonna like my fingerprints on?
No, it's not. No, of course not.
They're
No,
not gonna
we
come in
straight.
use.
Nah, we straight. We good. Nah, your fingerprints not gonna be on here. So you see me do that, use that, or whatever.
And this took the.
It took the white, like when you go into the store and it has the big white piece. That's
Yeah.
what you see me take off. And then this is the piece that takes off the metal, the little circle pieces like the magnets, or whatever. So exactly.
Oh, this is a real powerful.
Yeah, it's powerful, yeah.
Like-
So that doesn't go anywhere without me, but that's the charge though. I done got caught with that a million times, and that's another charge.
Oh, you're not supposed to have this.
No, that's
Oh,
another
here,
charge.
yeah. Okay. Yep.
But at the same time, it's a charge. But I have, I do have my businesses. So with me being a business owner, and like my EIN numbers, I am allowed to have it because I do sell clothes.
Oh,
and all of
okay.
that.
So that
But
you
yeah,
can-
exactly.
But you still choose
But it doesn't
to.
go anywhere I don't leave anywhere without this. I go to court with this. This goes everywhere with me. Because you never know. I might be somewhere and I see some shit like, oh, I need that.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
right?
all right. So you're 13 years old and.
So
like
I'm 13.
sort of look-
I'm 13. I'm in. I forgot what grade I was in or whatever. And my homegirl, she came. I had a coat. This is around like the baby fat era. So remember the baby fat coat?
remember the Kimora
All right,
Lee
exactly.
Simmons.
So
Yep.
she came from she came to school one day. She had a leather jacket on, but I had my baby fat coat or whatever. And I'm like, where'd you get that from? And she said, oh, I got it from JCPenney. So I said, JCPenney? She said, yeah, I went in there. It was my mother and her mother, who was an older lady. And I took it or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So right then I'm like, oh, I want to go try to do that. So I went with actually at the time, my homegirl who is like 5 years older than me. And then her neighbor who is like 10, 12 years older than her, but she like a little bit on the, slower side or whatever.
Okay, I got
All right,
you.
the neighbor. So, you're not going to really think that she's as old as she is. So we went in JCPenney's this day or whatever. So I got the coat. I got the coat that I wanted. As we leaving out, they grabbed me. They grabbed me. So now we go upstairs.
Hold on. So the first time you go to steal something,
I got caught the first time.
and that didn't click in your head.
No,
like,
it did not.
Okay.
It actually made me want to do it over and over and over and over and over again.
Wow.
So the first time I got caught or whatever, so now when we get up there, the police don't believe I'm the age that I am. And his exact words were, like she's a leader, like they're following her. But I'm 13, she's like 18 and she's like 30. And then that's how it started. And
You haven't looked back since.
no, yeah, that's how it started.
What do you think is the most expensive item that you've probably boosted from a store?
I'm taking like bags,
High-end
high-end
bags.
bags, Louis bags, yeah, stuff like that. It's been like almost 20 years, you know what I mean? So,
20 years of boosting?
yeah.
So like, sort of like walk me through that moment when you walk into the store and you know that you're going to take something. Like me, like I remember I probably stole, a can of soda and I wanted to shit my pants because what if I get
So
caught?
now at this point, it's like, that's my moneymaker. So here it is, you got somebody like me, like where I'm from, I dress everybody. Feel what I'm saying? So if you come to me and you could get 8 outfits for $100, you can't go in no store and get 8 nice outfits for your kid for $100. You can't go in no store and get 5 pairs of men's jeans and 5 shirts, sweaters for a man for $100. And it's not, I'm not going in, Target or Walmart. I'm really shopping. You know what I mean? So at this point, it's like, the money is good. So that's my main source of income.
So that's sort of, I guess what you're sort of saying is like you treat it like a job, like how,
It is a job. It is a job. It's a complete uniform, and like she can tell you, like I don't leave home without that. Like if you go outside, if you would have said, open your trunk, I got bags in the trunk for every store, you know, it's a uniform or whatever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm dressed. I'm not in the store with a bonnet on, and I get up and get dressed. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's a job. It is my job. Yeah.
Wow. So I guess you don't, I guess you kind of live without fear. It's like you kind
I
of,
don't fear anybody. We all bleed the same. We bleed the same. If you're a woman, you bleed every month like me. If you're a man, you get shot, I get shot. We bleed the same. I had an argument like 3 weeks ago with the judge because I got petty larceny cases or whatever. So the judge is telling me basically that I'm lying, that they told me to go to stop lift. And I said, I'm not lying or whatever. And she's arguing with me about I'm lying. I told her, like, you miserable because you telling me I'm lying. But once I end up showing her the paper that this is true, she wouldn't apologize to me. But why do you feel like you're superior to me? Because you sitting up there with a coat on? You're not superior to me. I don't care what you got going on in life. You're not superior to me. I don't care if you a bum on the street or you a billionaire. You're not superior to me. So that's just, I don't live with fear.
I sort of want to have that mentality. Like when I wake up in the morning, I sort of be like, I don't give a damn, but I do. You know what I mean? So it's like, I guess.
I wouldn't say that I don't give a damn because, like I got kids, so I have to care about, I care about who cares about me. With that being said, that's my children and my immediate family. But I don't
Everybody else could just kick rocks.
That's it. Like, you not talking to me is not gonna, what the fuck is that gonna do? That's not gonna hurt me.
What about karma?
I don't do foul shit to people. So my karma, so at a point in my life, let me say this though, like when I did this, like when I was scamming or whatever, I feel like I fucked millions of people credit up. You know what I mean? So let's say like, you've been working on your credit your whole entire life, and now you go to buy a house tomorrow with your wife, your husband, and you can't because I done went in the store and swiped your, so I feel like I paid for that because I was homeless. I was homeless driving a $100,000 car. You know what I mean? Like I was homeless with $3,000 glasses on my face. So I feel like I paid for that. And then after that, once I stopped, like I done did my bids, I done been to jail, cases. I'm a 3-time convicted felon in New York, cases all over Jersey, Miami, everywhere, but I paid for that. But as far as me doing foul shit, like I would never, I would trust a bitch that's in the stores and boosting like me every day and that's scamming with every dollar I got before I trust somebody with 9 to 5 because they don't understand the grind. So a bitch like me that's scamming, you know what I mean? Like we grinding for that. Like we gotta run it out of stores like a bitch with a 9 to 5, she gonna take it because it's like it's not coming as easy.
There's no honor amongst thieves, and I say that because even when I remember there was a short period of time in my life where I sort of ran with that sort of crowd. I realized everybody is, like you said, loyal to themselves or to their family. You know what I'm saying? So even as you would trust that thief, you understand what I'm saying? Them thieves burn you. They don't give a fuck.
No, you're right.
They
You're
give a
absolutely
fuck
right.
just
But
about.
I've never, and I feel like me being a woman that I am, like I've made relationships with men, women, in the streets or whatever, and I don't got my name good, my face card good everywhere, because I don't do foul shit to people. Me walking in a store, in an establishment. All right, I don't. You know what I mean? Like
They got it anyway.
That's what I'm saying. This shit is insured, but I would never see, even like small businesses. Like I would never walk into a small business and let me take this. I'm not doing that. But I'm gonna go in Saks though. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna go in Target exactly. But I would never. So I feel like as far as karma, that's I don't do foul shit to people.
Talk to me a bit about the point in your life where you were homeless.
So I was homeless and I was actually pregnant with my last daughter. Her father had caught this big drug case. So he went to jail.
Wow. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, I just had
Okay. So he went to jail. I was pregnant with my baby or whatever. We had 2 cars. He had a 750 and I had a 550. I was leaving my house that I was in. When he went to jail, I'm pregnant, I'm left with nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, I don't want to be out. I don't want to start like doing shit because I don't want to go to jail with my daughter because my second daughter was almost born in jail or whatever. I get to that in a minute. Yeah. Okay. So long story short, he ended up, staying in jail for the next 2 years, and I ended up on my sister's couch, from my sister's couch to my mother's couch, to all 4 of my kids on one couch. We were all on one couch together.
Damn.
So I ended up at the hotel, you know, through social service or whatever the case may be. And I got into an incident one day, and the whole time, I'm a strong believer in God too. You know, like that might sound like, you know, crazy, but I'm like really spiritual or whatever. I got into an incident one day, and I was super dirty. I was dirty. I had a whole bunch of counterfeit. I probably had like 20,000 in counterfeit money on me. Hundreds.
You had counterfeit.
Yes, counterfeit
$100
hundreds.
bills.
Yes, probably like 20,000 on me. I had pieces, which was fake credit cards. I had IDs on me. I had Percocet on me, Adderall on me. I just came back from out of town. I got pulled over.
I'm sorry, are you selling these things, or this is just what you roll with?
No,
It's
I
like
was
a
working.
Wednesday.
No, I was working. It was a week. It was a weekend. I think it was a Sunday. I just came back from out of town. I'm always by myself. I don't believe in co-defendants. I don't believe in, I don't trust no bitch. So I'm by myself. Anyway, so I had just came back from out of town from working with the counterfeits. And I fucked up because I don't know if you ever heard the saying, don't mix cases. You're not supposed to mix cases.
No, I've never heard that in my life.
All right, so don't mix cases means, all right, I got counterfeits and fake credit cards. That's two different. That's two different. It's too much. And Percocet. Feel what I'm saying?
So you got the drugs.
I was taking the Percocet, I was taking the Adderall, but I'm doing the credit cards and I'm doing the counterfeits or whatever. So, with that being said, I'm mixing cases. If something happened, you know what I mean? Like, if I get caught with these counterfeit, I already caught a counterfeit case. Years prior to that, I got caught with 50,000 of counterfeit on me. Again, you can't do it again because now you knew. The first time I didn't know it was counterfeit. You know, you're able to say you don't know it's counterfeit. The second time, no, you knew that's counterfeit, bitch. You knew what you was doing. Exactly. It don't work like that. So now, after that, I'm just, as it's going on or whatever, and it's always that one cop that's beasting, like, let me check her back. So I remember I had a fanny pack on, and as I know, me knowing the rules of, like, the law, I know that they gotta, in order for them to search me, they gotta call a lady cop. And they can't do a thorough search because at this point, there's no reason for you to search me. You searching me because the windows was tinted. So there's no reason for you to, take clothes off because it's not a felony at this point. So as we're standing there, I'm outside the car, he, the one cop is like, oh, search her back, search her back. I'm shoving, I got the fanny pack behind my back, and I'm, like, shoving everything, like, in my ass, literally. So I'm just like...
You're shoving cards and money?
Everything, yeah. Oh, that shit goes up in there. Yeah, that shit goes up there.
Okay, all right, we're gonna get to how.
I'm shoving it or whatever, and I'm just thinking in my head, like, yo, all I need is for something to drop. Wow. Something drop, it's over.
Yeah.
And from that day, I stopped or whatever, and then I ended up moving or whatever, and I ended up getting a house or whatever, and then I wasn't homeless no more, but that day I stopped everything.
Were you living out of your car? Because it's not like you were homeless by yourself. I feel like...
No, I wasn't. I was homeless with my children.
With your children?
Yeah, with my children. So at one point, I have slept in my 550 before. I definitely have. And I done been kicked out of hotels before.
Like, give me a second, because I got to digest that for a second. And I say that because... we see people, like us every day. We want expensive things. We want nice jewelry, nice cars, and this, that, and the third. And, shit hits the fan. You can't sleep in a Rolex watch. You can't sleep in the 550. I mean, you can, but realistically, you got children with you. They remembering that for the rest of their lives.
For the rest of their life, yeah.
That, I remember that night.
And we slept in a car.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, of course.
And so many of us risk everything, and we don't realize what we're risking, but we're risking everything just for, I don't know, to look fly, I don't know, to dress and look good for other broke people.
So with me, it was, I've never been one to, like, I don't to impress others, because I'm always, like, I set the precedent, so it's like, bitches follow me. So I don't gotta, like, this is me. This is who I am. I don't gotta, try to act like I'm this person or that person. But okay, I do want a nice car, But I had a nice car when I made that million. I was in a Camry.
Wow.
When I was in this, in that and all these cars, I'm broke. I'm broke in a Porsche truck. I'm broke. I'm broke.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying? So it's like the look that everybody's going for. It's like, what do you really have though? Like, what, after all that money I made, what did I have to show for it? That shit went to bail and lawyers.
Shit. How much did go to bail and lawyers?
Everything goes to bail and lawyers. And then it's like, if it don't go to bail and lawyers, you got so many people around you that you think is your friends, your family, whatever, and they just taking shit from you. Well, you got to pay for this, you got to pay for this. It's like, yo, where the fuck is my money at? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on with my money? Like, where's my money? But as it's going on, you don't understand that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't see it as it's going on. But once time going on, like, yo, where my money at? What happened? Like,
I got
you know what I mean? Like, so yeah.
So the counterfeit money, how does that
So the counterfeit money,
you print it out? Are you printing it out?
Me personally, no, I was not printing it out. So the counterfeit money, basically, they have hundreds, 20s, or whatever. Like I dealt with a lot of hundreds. I used to do hundreds or whatever. Basically, it's like back in the day, I used to do money orders. So I would go into the stores, you know, get the money orders, send the money orders, put them in whoever name, have them pick up the money, whatever.
So the money order, the check and cash in place is taking counterfeit
No check
bills?
cash in places. No, you do grocery stores. You do.
I forgot you can do.
Yeah, you do grocery stores. You do pharmacies, stuff like that.
They don't really know the check.
They don't know exactly, and then you do that, or you do high-end stores. And you know, if I come into, you know, I walk into Saks right now, I look, you know, I'm dressed and or whatever. I go buy a $10,000 bag. You know, you mixing it in though. So let's say 10 bands. Let's say we'll spend 10 bands. I'm gonna say 9,200 is counterfeit, but they not looking, you know, they not, you know, you got your car keys and, you know, your car keys, you got foreign oil in your keychain. They not looking like, oh, thinking this is fake.
So like every little thing
is accountable for. You have to, it's really, I say like, you so smart, you dumb.
What does that mean?
Like in like this life, it's like, cause if I'm able to, like, you know, I'm able to do this and like I'm able to, when I walk into a store and I can pick out who I'm going to, because I can pick out this person just by looking at them, you know what I mean? But, so why are you doing this? You know what I mean? Like, why don't you put this into something else? Like, because you have to be smart, you know what I mean? Like, it's not something that, you know, your average person can't just walk outside in the morning with $0 and by 12 o'clock at night, she got 100 bands in her pocketbook. You're not, and I'm not selling pussy. I've never sold pussy in my life. I don't ever. You can't do that. You know what I mean? Like,
else.
yeah. So
you ain't giving up your body. It's like,
nah, I ain't giving up no box.
It's funny because it's like it's still standards and morals there. Like it's still some
fact.
things that
big standards and more. I'm a mother.
Because
you know
people will look at you and they'll say, "Well, there's nothing that she won't do." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's
there's
a
still
fact.
this moral code.
No, there's morals. Yeah, I've never, and that's the reason why also like I've created relationships with niggas. Like, you know, like. Niggas know that you're not fucking me. I'm gonna get money with niggas, but we not fucking.
Gotcha.
It's never happening, yeah. So.
Wow,
With the counterfeits, you know, I've also, I caught a big counterfeit case. It was because of mixing cases. Again, the girl, my worker that I was with, she was boosting. So she boosting, so now they looking at her because she boosting. So now when she boosting, they come outside, you know, tackle her down. I had a big giant, like, YSL, like, briefcase bag. I had, like, 50 bands of counterfeit in there. So this was my first stop, because I was doing returns. So this was my first stop before I go out of town, or whatever. And once they look and they like, oh, shit, like, what is this? You know what I mean? So now when I get to the precinct, the Secret Service was there. She knew everything about me already, the lady. And the first thing is, you know, she's trying to make me rat, and I don't believe in that. All my cases, like, niggas could look my shit up. Like, not ratting on nobody. I take my shit. I'm taking my working shit. I'm taking people I done been locked up with. Like, I'm taking everything. No. So what I'm saying, but anyway, Secret Service, oh, you know, you so pretty. Why are you doing this? Or it's him. You know, no, it's not him. It's me. You know what I mean? Like, I done been in cases with, like, niggas where this nigga got one bill on him. He got one counterfeit. Because he got this one and I got 50,000 on me, our bail is the same amount because I won't tell on him.
Wow.
Yeah, so.
Wow. I mean, for you, what's sort of next for you? You know, like, you say you're gonna be boosting forever, but
I say that, no, I say that, you know, like, not to say like, I'm gonna be doing orders for the rest of my life. No. I just feel like, you know, honestly, because even, I remember when I came home from jail or whatever, I did 8 months in the county, and I did 8 months in the county for violating probation for a boosting charge or whatever. And when I was in there, it was like, of course, I want to get home to see my kids. I'm an excellent mother. Like, I won't be shit without my kids.
Where are your kids at this point?
They're at home. When right now?
No, like while you're doing the 8 months.
Oh, they was home. They was like, I left them home situated, everything paid up to date. My mom had them at my house, whatever. Like, they was straight or whatever. But the whole time, I'm like, yo, I can't get, I want to go to the stores. So I'll never forget, when I did finally get to the stores, it's a rush. It's like, it's a high. So let's say like a dope fiend taking a hit, it's a high. Like, I got high. And I remember that. So now, you know, it's days that now, you know, even for me to go outside, I got to make myself go outside. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I'm getting older, it's not the same. But like I said, that's a moneymaker. On top of course, I got my businesses and shit, but, you know, it's just, I feel like the way that, like, the society takes advantage of certain shit, is just like, why am I paying for this? Like, I'm not going to wait for it to come from China for 3 months, so I got to go into the store. I'm not paying for that.
What's your mental health like?
I'm bipolar and I have ADHD. Yeah. So like, I am bipolar though.
Clinically?
Yes, I take bipolar medication. Yeah.
How long have you been clinically diagnosed, or how long have you been on medication for it?
For like 7 years.
7 years?
Yeah. For both bipolar and ADHD.
At what moment did you know that you were bipolar? Did they have to check you into like?
No, I've never been into like a psychiatric ward, but I just was like, you know, like my attitude is crazy. Like, I have a really bad attitude, and it's like, why do you have a bad attitude? What happened? What's wrong? So it's like 1 minute I could be fine. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we could be having a conversation. It's like, fuck you, bitch. Like, what's wrong with you? So, you know, once
we don't do that here. Everything is going so well.
So, you know, like once, you know, like it just switch. It's so quick. It just switch up or whatever. And then me just not giving a fuck. Like, I really don't give a fuck. Like, I really don't care. I don't care. And it scares me at times, like, because I don't care. You know, like, but that goes back to, like I said, nobody's superior to me. Like, I don't give a fuck about nobody, like, or nothing. I don't care. And like I said, me having daughters, and I'm seeing that, like, my oldest one, like, she has the same type of mentality. Like, she don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, even though I teach them, nobody's higher than you. You know, nobody's superior to you. Nobody's, in my head, I'm the baddest bitch in the world. Like, I'm not insecure in no type of way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a fuck how this bitch look or how. I'm the baddest bitch, the prettiest bitch, the illest bitch. I get the most money. That's just me. I feel like I have to think like that. You know, because if I don't, who else gonna think like that? I gotta think like that. I'm not insecure at all.
What was that first night in prison like for you?
It's cold in there. It's freezing. Yeah. But my first time going to jail, I was pregnant with my second daughter. And I caught a case or whatever, and I was boosting. I had a big order. The order was like $1,500. Went into the store or whatever. Long story short, the girl, when I went off or whatever, the people I was with, she didn't do her part that she was supposed to do, you know, taking the stickers off. Went out, the girl came outside, got in the car with us or whatever. So we driving with the girl in the car. The LP girl is in the car with us while we on the highway.
LP?
Loss prevention girl.
Oh,
so
wow.
the asset protection, because when we went out, I went off or whatever from the shit. So the girl I was with was supposed to make sure everything was straight. She didn't. So now we go off, she gets in the car, pull on the side of the road. Yeah. I'm fighting the girl. I'm pregnant though. My daughter was born 8 days after this happened. Fighting the girl on the side of the road or whatever. When we pull off, the girl that's driving, she runs the girl foot over. I get home, helicopters, everything is at my parents' house, looking for me. They had my wallet.
Wow.
So I ended up.
It's the little things.
Yeah, exactly. I ended up with I had kidnapping, robbery, first-degree robbery, kidnapping, assault, all of this. But they had my wallet, so they didn't know who these girls are. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm pregnant. These bitches gonna hold it down. Nobody held me down. I ain't rat. I ain't sell. Their karma came though, because they end up catching one, and another one end up with another case. They karma them. The bitches got their karma, or whatever. But you know, it's cold in there. It's cold. It's lonely. It's like, you know, I done fell out with bitches from me being locked up, and I'm thinking that bitches gonna not even hold me down financially, because I'll be straight. You know, like I go in good. I go in my own money. I go in, you know, like my own drugs. Like I'm straight. But just like, yo, hold me down. Like answer the phone, write me. Like go check on my kids. You know what I mean? Like bitches don't do that. So it's like at that point, I'm like, I don't believe in friends. I don't fuck bitches. Like,
You don't get tired of it, you know? Like,
yeah, it's tiring.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it's tiring.
it sounds exhausting.
It's very exhausting. You know, like
So why not
coming
stop?
here. Well, as far as like don't give it's not a glamorous life. So you know everybody will see the you know like the glitz of it, and oh, she got this and she got that, and that shit is not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Like it's very tiring. It's exhausting. It's but if I could do it all over again, I would do it 10 times again, because they made me who I am.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's like I don't regret nothing. I don't regret no case. I don't regret no indictment. I don't regret nothing.
What would you sort of tell someone that's coming up in the game and they looking at the Chanels and the Birkins and they looking at these girls on the gram, you know, and we know the ones that scamming. What's something that you would tell the girl coming up, like coming from you with all your experiences? How long has it been? You said since 13?
Yeah, I was
And you're
13.
30 something
I'm
now?
32.
So it's like 20 years of
Yeah, I would
experience?
tell them it's not worth it. You know, like, you know, it's not even, because I went to school. I'm a college graduate. I graduated high school on time. I had my first daughter when I was 16. I had to double up in school or whatever. So it's not even, you know, like go to school and this. I feel like, you know, like when you bored with shit, like I used to be bored, you know what I mean? Like, and then like I said, I dealt my cards. So it's like, even like with me selling drugs, the first time like I had to do that shit was like, my brother went to jail and I had to take over his phone. So
Wow.
that's not something that, you know.
Family business.
Yeah, exactly. So I got to take over the nigga phone. Like his shit can't. So here it is, you know, I'm a female or whatever. And now I'm uptown by myself. I'm a bitch, like in Harlem on Audubon, like by myself, like copping by myself. So, but I had to though. You know what I mean? Like, cause if I didn't, then who would have did? I gotta take care of everybody. I'm like in my family, like, you know, like, shit was like if it was handed down, like Chrissy, you know, you gotta do this. You know, you got that. Yeah, you gotta do that. Feel what I'm saying? Like, but it's not worth it at all.
A better question, what would you tell that 13-year-old girl that goes into the store for the first time and sort of shoplifts?
Go home. Like my daughters, I don't hide nothing from them. I tell them everything, the bad, the good, everything. You ever put your hands on somebody's shit, I don't believe in beating my kids, but don't speak to me, because you have no reason to, because I did it so you don't have to. So I lived this life and I did all of this bullshit so you don't got to do it. I would tell that 13-year-old girl, go home. Like, it's not, you know, like, it's not worth it. Even, you know, me having kids so early. And my brother told me some real shit. When I was 16, I was pregnant with my daughter. I was 15 pregnant. I had her at 16. And my baby father at that time was in jail. And he said, you know, you chasing this life. He said, once he goes to jail, he's going to always go to jail. And I said, no, what you talking about? No, that's not true. Sure enough, I raised her by myself. Yeah. So,
Where is he now?
somewhere being a bum.
And this is your baby father?
Yeah, he a bum ass nigga. But yeah. Yeah, it's not worth it. You know, like go home, you know, do that shit the right way. You know, like, you know, go get a job. But now it's harder because it's just like young girls have so much to like look at. Like look at society. You look on social media, and you know they might want to look at this, like this bitch, who ass is fat, titties done, she in this car, she in that, but inside she's miserable and she's insecure. You know what I mean? They don't know that though. You know what I mean? Like so, and this is what I teach my daughters. I don't care what that bitch look like. That bitch is insecure. You know what I mean? Like she's fucking for money. She's fucking niggas to get money. Like that's you know, I don't knock nobody hustle, but. No, but they don't know that. So now, when I was younger, we didn't have social media. You know what I mean? Like, we had to make a name for how we made our name. It was no social media. But now, you know what I mean? Like, they looking at social media. No.
What's one thing that you regret about your life? I know they say, you know, live life without regrets and, you know, all of these things, but come on, we all know there's some things that, you know, if we could go back,
Go back.
you know, we probably, would do things a little bit differently?
No, I can't.
No regrets?
Yeah, I don't have no regrets.
Wow.
Like, I don't have none. So I feel like, yeah, none. Like, my kids are a blessing. Like I said, I feel like everything made me. Like, I don't
You
have
speak
any.
about your kids a lot.
Yeah, I love my kids. My kids is
What did they provide for you?
everything. My kids made me. So, like, my oldest daughter, she don't know that, like, she made me. You know what I mean? Like, I had to become a woman, a mother at 16. Had to become an adult, like, at 16. I left
Well,
my
your mother
mother's
has
house.
a good job. Your mother is sort of present. When she looks at you, especially at this young age, and she maybe sees you going astray, does she not try to like wheel you back? Does she?
So my mother.
Or does she reach a point where she just like, you know what, I tried all that I could do?
So my mother, when I was 16, my mother wasn't with me. My mother had moved away. I was living with my brother, and I got pregnant.
What do you mean she moved away?
She moved. She left me and my younger sister with my brother.
Why?
And she moved. My mother also started early, and I don't blame her. I don't fault for anything. And I feel like at that time, she was just like, all right, I need a break, and she moved away with her boyfriend.
Just like that.
Yeah, to Florida.
I need a break.
Yes.
I'm out.
Yes.
What did that do to you?
It fucked me up. And I feel like in a way, like I had my daughter because I was rebelling. Like I was rebelling against her. But then when I told her I was pregnant, it wasn't no discipline. It was, oh my gosh, baby, I'm so excited. I'm sending you on the next flight down here. That was it. So it's like, it fucked me up. It really did. Like, for me to be this age and, like not have my mother here. And my mother was an excellent mother.
And your father was in the streets, so he wasn't around.
Well,
really.
my father was always there. I'm still a daddy's girl. He's always been there. But he didn't know the life I was living. You know what I mean? So my father when I was with my brother, my father lived around the corner from me or whatever. He still was paying the bills when I'm at and everything. Like when I got pregnant with my daughter, he came there, you going to get an abortion? No, I'm not. But
that blunt, 16 years old.
That's it. And I said, no, I'm not. And then after they was like, don't speak to me, whatever.
And that's where that sort of severed ties.
Yeah, exactly.
So here you are,
exactly,
bringing a child into this world. Mother sort of abandoning you, father's abandoning you. All you have is your brother.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
my
you
brother.
take up his business.
Yeah. Well, no, that's another brother.
Oh, it was
yeah.
another
No,
brother.
I didn't do that. I didn't start with my brother's phone until my second daughter was born. So this probably was like 7 years later.
Okay,
yeah, but
so
this
back to childhood, 16.
Mm-hmm.
So now brother's taking care of you. And
yeah. So I had my brother, whatever. And I remember I moved to Florida, with my mother. Like I said, my attitude is.
Is this her first grand?
No, no.
But it was yours.
It's her first daughter.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's her daughter's, her first, from a girl, because
Yes.
she got 5, so it's, a girl. Anyway, so I moved down there, and she was living with her boyfriend, so her boyfriend together, she had a good job down there. I was in school down there. I remember he came home one day, and he came home from work one day, and he was like, oh, she got to get the fuck out of my house, her boyfriend. And I say this because, like I said, I love my mother to death. Like, I take care of my mother now. She lives with me.
Wow.
I cherish the ground my mother walks on.
Wow. Full
But
circle.
yeah,
Full circle.
exactly. But
He tells you to get the fuck
she
out.
tell me to get the fuck out, whatever. And I'm like, what? We get into arguments. So I said, Mommy, what you gonna do? And she said, it's his house too. That was it.
I always thought about that dynamic of, and this has always been sort of like, I guess, like the conundrum of when you have sort of a stepfather in the house with the mother and then the child. When it's time for him to discipline, how does he go about disciplining a child that isn't his?
Mm-hmm. Well, with him, it was he basically told my mother like, he don't like my attitude, like, cause I don't care. You know what I mean? Like, so it's like,
And you know that about you.
yeah, I know that. Like, nigga, I don't gotta respect you, nigga. Like, you a bum. Like, fuck, am I respecting you for? So, I came back, to New York. My dad picked me up from the airport. He wanted me to move with his girlfriend in like this nice big house. At that point, my brother, who had just came home from jail, he was fucked up. He was in a hotel with his girl. I didn't want to move in a big house. I went to the hotel with my brother and slept on the floor pregnant. So I was in a hotel with my brother, with his girl, his baby mother, his daughter, my older sister, and me, and we had 2 cats, and I'm on the floor, pregnant.
At what point does the I don't give a fuck attitude stop?
It doesn't.
But it has to, right? At some point.
I feel like it doesn't unless it's about my children, like, because when I do care, I get ran over because I'm too kind-hearted. Like, so even if I give somebody an inklet, they take everything. Like, I could give you an inklet of this kindness, and they take what they just run with it. So I have to keep this attitude to protect me because I'm too kind. And then once I get in, I believe in not putting my emotions and feelings into shit, because when I do, if something happens, now I'm emotional about it. You know, like, I can't let my emotions control me.
You come home one day and your daughter meets you there and she says, "Mommy, look what I stole." What do you say to her?
Do you want to go to jail? Like, what did you do that for? Like,
I did it because you did it. I did it because I want to be like you.
No, you're better than me. I didn't know. That's crazy you asked me that, because I asked myself that. And what am I going to do and what am I going to say? And I really don't have an answer, you know, like a valid answer. Do you want to go to jail? Why did you do that? You can't. I did this so you don't have to do it. I'm out here so you don't have to do this. You know what I mean? Like, the black community is so, you know, like black parents believe in, you know, like, we gotta go. Y'all gotta, you know, get out the house. It's time to go, or it's time to go to whatever. If my baby's gonna stay with me till they're 40 years old to get themselves together, that's what I gotta do. You know what I mean? So I'm doing this so you don't have to do it. Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to deal with guys that are in the life, sort of guys that understand your trap? Or do you feel like you should find what they call a square, or somebody that has a 9 to 5? And
so I've always been like, that's what I've always been attracted to. I met my husband now because I was like selling work to him. But I tell I wish I would have listened to my brother back, like what I said before, because then I wouldn't be dealing with this. Like, you know, of course it's attractive. Of course, you know, like, you dealing with a nigga and, like, you know, he able to go out and buy you $20,000 pocketbooks and cars, and yeah, like that's what bitches want. But no, I don't want that. I tell my daughters that, don't bring no street nigga home. I'm not accepting no street nigga in my house.
do you feel like the man that you're married to now is a street nigga?
Of course, yeah. All the way.
And
So how do I tell them that? And this is their father, yeah. You know, he accepts what he's done, and he knows it's wrong, and he knows that he don't want his daughters to be with a nigga like him. You know, but don't bring, and I hope they see that. You know, like, when they looking at, when the feds is kicking at my door, and they see I'm crying hysterically, and they just looking, and you don't want to
They're
go through
witnessing
that.
all of that.
They do it all of this. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's a cycle, because I went through it. You know, when they was kicking at my door, my parents' door. So it's like,
we gotta break these curses.
I gotta break it.
Am
I really breaking it by being this person? You know what I mean? Like, how am I breaking it? You know, so it's like, even where I moved at or whatever, and where I'm at, I tried to separate them from, you know, where we was at before, but it's the same shit, because they still kicked in the door. You know, I'm still doing it. It's a lot. It's deep, and it's a lot. Yeah.
So that part made you cry. Why?
Because it's my kids, and I don't want my kids to fail.
This is Trappin Anonymous. My name is Chris Dowes. Let's get it.